What's going on, everybody? How you feeling? How you living? Everybody out there in the world, in the YouTube streets, what's going on? You already know who it is. It's your boy Jay, aka Big Daddy Beard, and welcome back to another podcast episode of the Debate Table. Now, for those that don't know this or are new to this, it's a podcast under my gaming channel, Big Daddy Beard Gaming Promotions, B.D.B.G.P for short, where basically what we do is we come to the table every other week and we talking about an array of different topics that you, the audience, everyone around the world, everyone that follows and supports my channel, have given me topics to talk about and discuss with everybody. And now keep in mind, as we discuss these topics, everyone is entitled to their opinion. There's no, criticizing or judging of anything of that sort. So just fun, different topics that we can all talk about and debate on and really give our honest take on everything that's going on in the world and just in general. So again, keep that in mind that, we don't judge. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, regardless of what the topic is about or what the conversation is about. Everybody's here respectful, and we have a good time doing it while we're debating. So thank you all for continuing to support this podcast. It's been an absolute amazing ride so far. Again, this is the 15th episode. Still more to come, so just get ready. Stay tuned for everything that's coming. Like, I'm just getting started with this. So again, thank you all for riding with me thus far, and be on the lookout for future episodes to come. So before I get this underway, if anybody wants to come up, the StreamYard link will be here. I have it starred, so just let me know so I can just copy and paste it into the live chat for anybody that wants to come in. Again, when you guys come up onto the panel, just make sure that you're around an area or you're in a secluded area that's quiet, that doesn't have a lot of noise filtering in the background that's causing any type of feed or anything like that. Make sure you don't have other devices running, so that way there's no echoing or anything of that sort going through, because it can kind of disrupt the live chat. And most importantly, again, it's optional if you want to show yourself on camera or if you want to be on camera. The choice is up to you. Again, whatever you want to do, that's completely up to you. And also just be respectful of everyone coming in and everybody that's going to be participating on the panel if you choose to come up. If you want to stay within the live chat, that's perfectly fine too. Whatever makes you most comfortable, do what you do. But we definitely going to rock out and get this thing going like we always do. Also too, as always, I'm always wearing my shirt representing the podcast TDT. If you guys want any of this merch, just hit me up. All colors, all sizes, whatnot. Let me know and I got you. So let's go ahead and get this underway. As people start making their way in, we'll get it going. So with today's episode, I want to talk about the overall world of fashion. Now, one thing about me that many don't know is I love fashion. I've always been a fan of it ever since day one. Ever since, I started coming up and stuff. Always loved it. Always was intrigued by it. All the different styles and brands and all of the different clothing designers that come up with these amazing brands, and just how much creativity gets involved within everything that they do. So it's amazing. I've always loved it, ever since I was younger. Of course, it's definitely transcended over time as years went on. It kind of went into a whole nother transition from how I viewed it and admired it from back in the day. To be honest, like now, I don't know what to call it with like today's fashion. I mean, there's a lot more people that are starting to dive into it. There's some people that are really, really good and excel at it. Of course, you got your veterans, that have been around for ages and stuff. But then you have those who are kind of stepping into this realm. And honestly, I respect their hustle. I respect their grind. But when it comes to some of the stuff that they're putting out here and calling fashion, I start to scratch my head, because I'm like, what is this? This is what you call fashion? This is what you call clothing? I can't get with it. So we're definitely going to dive more into it and talk about it a lot more. So I definitely want to get everybody's take on this and how you feel about this. So again, the topic of conversation for those making their way in is the world of fashion. So I'm going to dive into those questions as everyone starts to come in. I'm going to welcome them in. OG, what's good, my guy? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. Spook, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate y'all joining. Welcome to the podcast. You guys get a chance, definitely check out all the other episodes on my playlist, as well as the Battle of the Beats ones too. Check out those bonus episodes. But I'm doing good though. What's going on with y'all? What's popping? Appreciate y'all coming in. So, several questions for you guys as we get ready to dive into this topic. My first question is, when it comes to the world of fashion overall, do you believe it is better today or back in the day? Like, which do you prefer? Do you prefer old school fashion or new school fashion? Or are you kind of on the fence with both of them? That's my first question. My second question is, for those who don't know, I do this little segment on this podcast called Mount Rushmore. If anybody knows what the Mount Rushmore is, it's that famous monument that features all four popular presidents from way back in time. I know it's Washington, Lincoln, I think Adams. I'm not too sure. I definitely know George Washington and Abraham Lincoln are definitely two up there. The other two, I forget. I think it's Thomas Jefferson is the other one, and I forgot who the fourth one is. But it's that really, really popular monument that features all of the different presidents. So what I like to do is I like to challenge everybody by coming up with their own particular Mount Rushmore. So technically, in a sense, it's kind of like a top five, but you have to narrow it down to four. Now, to make it feel almost like a top five, I give what's called an honorable mention. So you have to name four that you would put into your own personal Mount Rushmore, as well as a +1 honorable mention. So second question in pertaining to the Mount Rushmore is, when it comes to different brands from famous clothing designers from all around, doesn't have to be just here in the US, it could be anywhere around the world. What four clothing brands would you put into your Mount Rushmore from clothing designers, as well as one honorable mention? Second is, the same thing in the whole Mount Rushmore thing. The second one is, which clothing brands would you put into another Mount Rushmore designed by musicians, artists, athletes, anyone you know outside of actual clothing designers, people that specialize in different professions, but have actually started to transcend into the world of fashion. So name four different brands from celebrities that are not actual fashion designers that you will put into your Mount Rushmore, as well as an honorable mention. So those are the three questions right there. Again, take some time to kind of gather your thoughts and think about it a little bit, and definitely feel free to chime in on the topic. And again, if you guys want to come up, anybody, here's the link right here. I do have it pinned. So again, all you got to do is just click on that and you can come right in. That's it right there. But yeah, let's get ready to dive into it, and let's definitely talk about it. So for me, I'll go ahead and kickstart things off. When it comes to fashion, like I said, I'm what you call a young man with an old soul. So obviously I'm going to lean towards the old school, versus more so today's fashion. I mean, like I said, there are some brands, there are some fashion designers out there that have brands that are nice and, very, very stylish. But overall, I just feel like when it comes to just fashion overall, old school was, to me, the best. And honestly, to dive deeper into it, I feel like fashion back in the day with the old school, it kind of reminds me of like music, movies, entertainment in a sense. When you think about it, music back then, movies back then, everything was pure gold. Everybody had their own lane. There was so much more creativity. No one was trying to merge into anyone else's lane. They did their thing with no problem. And, they garnered so much attention and so much respect from it, And like I said, it leans towards fashion in that same sense. You had so many different brands out there, so many different styles that you could choose from and wear and rock, regardless whether, you were getting dressed up, if you were just, going out casually, if you were, hitting the nightlife, the clubs, parties, stuff like that. I just feel like it reminds me so much of that because there was so much diversity in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So now, honestly, it's just I don't know what people are calling it. I just feel like people are just putting different things together and just calling it fashion. Like take Kanye West for example. Great musical artist. He's ahead of his time. He's a musical genius. But that whole Yeezy brand, what the hell is that? I'm sorry. You know, I can't call that fashion because I mean it just is like all over the place. I don't even know what it is or like what is the meaning of it. I mean, it's just insane. And it's like for him to call that fashion, it makes my head itch because it's like, what is that? His shoes, you know, all that different type of stuff. Like, I mean, what was that? I remember I think he started like the sneaker brand not too long ago. And there was one pair, it had like a bunch of like holes in it and stuff. It looked like somebody just hung it up on one of those boards that you use at the shooting range and just took like one of those AK or Uzis and just went off. I'm like, what is this? What, like, these are shoes? And what's crazy is as horrifying and as terrible as it is, that brand, he's selling. So it's just like, okay, maybe people just like it just because from a creative standpoint, but just from a fashion standpoint, I don't get it. I really don't. Mrs. EC, how you doing, mama? Welcome in, welcome in. Miller, what's good, my guy? Miller Tom in the building. Appreciate y'all coming in. So for those making their way in, the topic of conversation is we're talking about the world of fashion. So my question to those coming in, do you believe fashion overall was better back in the day, or is it better today? Or are you kind of like on the fence, like in between? That's the first question. Second question is, when it comes to the Mount Rushmore, which clothing brands, which one of your favorite clothing brands would you put into your personal Mount Rushmore? So you got to pick 4 of them, as well as an honorable mention from actual clothing designers, you know, ones that you definitely know. If you don't know them, just name the actual brands and we can go from there. And then the second part is also a Mount Rushmore. What clothing brands do you like and would you put into your Mount Rushmore from people that aren't actual fashion designers, people that started lines but were celebrities in different professions? So what I mean by that is musical artists, actors, athletes, you know, certain ones that actually started getting into fashion. Which brands from any of those types would you put into that Mount Rushmore? So basically one for actual clothing designers and another one for non-fashion designers, but have started to like dabble into that actual world. So again, I'll keep going. So as I was saying, like I definitely love the old school fashion because like I said, there was so much diversity, there was so much range and variety. You had so many different things to choose from, and it allowed you to get like incredibly creative, you know, just right off the bat. You know, you could grab something like let me see, what's one just off the top of my head. You could grab like Mark Echo, and then you could rock it with like, you know, a nice pair of you know, like some polo fleece pants or something like that. You know, like it was, you know, different, and you could get very like vintage with it versus now where people just throw anything together and just try to call it fashion. That's what I don't really like about today's society, is the fact that people are just putting anything together and just calling it fashion. And some of it is not even actual clothing. Now, again, just because I'm an artist and a graphic designer, I love the creativity behind it, but it, to me, if it's not actual clothing, if it's not something you're stylizing and actually turning into like something that could be clothing, I can't respect that. For example, I saw in one of those like museums or galas, they had like this event. This was like years ago, back when I was living in New York. Somebody had designed a dress made out of the yellow caution tape that you see at like crime scenes and homicides. But again, it was really, really dope how they did it because like they had the stripes going, but you know, it covered up all of the main areas and stuff like that. But it was so dope how they did it, and then they stylized it with like different shades of yellow, so it had like a two-tone type of glow to it, from like a real bright yellow to kind of like a darker sunset vista type of yellow. So I love that, and I was like, and they had it like on a mannequin and stuff, and I was amazed at it. I actually stood there for like quite some time just looking at it, like just the texture and the layout. I was like, that's dope. Like, see that type of stuff? That's creative. I like that. To me, like, that's Fashion Nova right there. Versus I just seen recently. I don't know if you guys watch the BET Awards or not. I don't watch it anymore, but I happened to see like one of the news segments. They were talking about it. That artist, what's her name? Summer Walker. She R&B singer, real popular. She came to the award ceremony with like barely anything on. Like, she literally had like this like, it was like a see-through gold skirt. It was like a bunch of beads, and she had like her these little like clamp things, or it was like little stickers or whatever, like, you know, covering up her nipples on her breast. And she had this big gigantic Black Panther type of like jewelry chain or whatever, and that was it. I'm like, who let her go to the awards like that? And but of course, in her eyes, that's fashion. That's not fashion. Like, how are you even allowed to get out the house for that? And she got criticized like really, really bad for it. It was just insane. I'm like, no, like, that's not fashion. Just putting any old thing on. I mean, if you are going to make that into a brand, you might as well call it BS, literally. But the acronym would be birthday suit, because that's basically what she came out in. She might as well just came out naked and stuff. Like, it was crazy. All right, let me get back to this chat and stuff. Fubu is the Mount Rushmore. Okay. You know what? That's crazy, because I actually have that in my Mount Rushmore PV. So, okay. From where it came from, who started it, it was a whole wave for the culture. Exactly. Great minds think alike. That's what it was. Like, again, everyone just had their own lane. Nobody could merge into it. Nobody could necessarily say this or say that. You know, you could put it out there, and it just stood out. Like I said, it was a lot like music and everything else, like movies and stuff. It was pure gold. No one could touch it. No one tried to like duplicate it or, you know, try to copy it. Everyone had their lane, and everyone respectfully knew that. And of course, it was always competitive, but they knew how to make it so that, you know, it was dope, and you had no choice but to get it. And it was reasonably priced. That was another thing I'm about to dive into, but I'll get into that in a minute. Agreed, a lot of high fashion is trash. It is, mama. It really is. I can't stand it. It drives me insane. I've done that with the caution tape. I was the photographer, not the model, but I made the dress. See? Exactly. That's dope. I didn't even know you did that. Wow, that's real fly right there. So you got to show me some pictures of that. I definitely want to check that out. PC family, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. What is your opinion, if I may ask, about the Yeezy brand? Do you think he is innovative or more along the lines of what you're saying? Very good question, PV. Very, very good question. Let me just keep up with everybody. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I'm not a fan of it. I like, whenever I look at his brand and all the stuff that he has in his catalog, automatically I say WTH or WTF. What the hell? D with multiple E's. What the hell is that? Like, no. Like, it's nothing innovative. I'm sorry. Like, and like I said, I have a lot of respect for Kanye, even, you know, with all the little crazy antics, because, you know, everybody knows all that stuff. He just does it for attention. You know, that he's an attention freak. But to be honest, nah, that's not innovative. Not in my opinion. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's hard to describe. It's just like, if I could just sum it up into one word, Kanye's brand, what? What? That's it. What? Yeah. Yeah, thank you. What the hell is that? Who told you that that was fashion? But of course, in his mind, you can't tell him anything. Just like the song, you can't tell me nothing. And it cringes me that it's actually selling, that people are actually walking around with it. It's crazy because, like, my cousin, right before I moved down here, because I'm originally from Jersey, up north, for those who don't know, I was working with my cousin, and he was like, yo, Jay, you gonna cop them Yeezys and stuff? Like, First off, don't be nudging me like I'm down with that. Like my lady said, no. He was like, Jay, like, he's like, look at him, and he showed me a picture of him. I almost threw up. I'm like, what the hell is that? What is that? I don't know what it was. It was something new he just did. Like, it looked like somebody took like some like surfboard material, and then he had like they were like platforms. Like, it was almost like a off Timberland. You remember like the Timberland boots? It looked something like that. I'm just like, cuzzo, no, man, no, you can't be serious. CBS can't be serious. You really think I'm gonna rock something like that? No, I'd kill my own self. I kick my own ass if I ever walked out the house wearing any of that stuff that Kanye puts together. Absolutely not. Jay Money from the Seis Uno Cinco. What's good, my guy? How you feeling? How you living? For us bias. Exactly. Thank you. He said, I'll show you. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I want to see that for sure. Big Mike, what's going on, my guy? New York City in a finest in effect. What's good with that? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you joining. So again, those coming in, the topic of conversation is the world of fashion. Do you believe fashion was better back then, or do you believe it's better today? Also, again, I have 2 Mount Rushmore questions for you. Which 4 brands from actual clothing designers would you put into your Mount Rushmore, as well as an honorable mention? And then the second question is, which brands from celebrities outside of fashion that actually started brands would you put into your Mount Rushmore? So that could be musicians, athletes, actors, anybody outside of actual fashion designers. Who would you put into your Mount Rushmore, as well as an honorable mention? I just got me a pair of Ultra Boots, Adidas. And see, like, that's another thing. I kind of hate when certain brands, when they start to dive into stuff that they just have no business doing. Like, anytime I think Adidas, I think sneakers. I never think Charlie Brown boots. I just and I know which ones you're talking about too, Mike, because I've seen them and I cringe. Just like, no, like, not everybody can rock boots and stuff. That was another thing that Kanye did that drove me insane. He had the picture. I don't know. He was, I guess, whoever he's in a relationship with now, they might have like split or whatever, but he literally came outside with this members only sweater, these really, really tight jeans, and these gigantic Charlie Brown rain boots. Now, keep in mind where he lives at, it's like really hot. So it had to be, this was like summertime. So it's probably got to be like 90 degrees. I mean, the boots were like, they came up to like his kneecap, gigantic rain boots. And they were part of his brand. I'm like, what? Like, first of all, you're not hot. It's like, you got that, that uncle that wears the cookout sweater and the pants. Come on. And then them gigantic boots, like, I mean, they look like the ones that you see the drill sergeants in the military wear, with like the rain boot type of layout. So I was just like, nah, man, come on. It's more of the idea that sells than the product. They are aware of that. They are PV. Thank you. You're dropping some gems on me. I like it. Exactly. Let me keep that up there for a minute. It's more of the idea that sells than the product. Absolutely right. I mean, and see, I hate that it's like that. That's why I want more of these designers, even if they want to dip into fashion, that's cool, but go back to the essence of when it was created, when it stood out, when people actually, could really admire it and would actually go and wear it. I don't really see too many people wearing some of these new brands that are out here, like Kanye's line and all that stuff like that. Like, where I'm at, I live in Florida, so I don't see too much of it. But when I do see some people wearing it, I'm just like, man, I can't get with it. AIA, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Yoda, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you coming through. Welcome. Good gaming earlier. We were forced to be reckoned with. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You already know. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Let me just keep up with everybody. I'm sorry, I'm not a designer chick. I design my own sport. Hey, it's all good. Hey, Chrissy, what's going on? Mega love shout out. Big shout out to Chrissy Angelo, all the way from the Philippines. Big shout out to all of my international family coming through, showing love. I truly, truly appreciate it. All right. I actually like Little Boosie's line. Jewel House had a couple of shirts and some jeans, and you can feel the premium behind the product. Oh, okay. See, That's good to know. I didn't even know Little Boosie had a clothing line. Wow, that's interesting right there. But yeah, for everybody coming in, I'm just trying to make sure I keep it with everybody. Okay, cool. I'm all up to the point. All right. So for everyone coming in, the topic of conversation is, when it comes to the overall world of fashion, do you believe it was better today or back in the day? That's the first question. Second question is, which clothing brands from actual fashion designers would you put into your own Mount Rushmore? So you got to pick 4 of them, as well as 1 honorable mention. Second question is, and again, it follows up with the Mount Rushmore thing, which clothing brands from people, from celebrities outside of fashion who have started to dive into that realm, would you put into your Mount Rushmore? So it could be artists, musicians, athletes, actors, etc. Which brands from those specific types of celebrities would you put into your Mount Rushmore, as well as like popular clothing brands from actual fashion designers? Hey, the champ is here. The champ is here. What's going on, Auntie? Welcome in, my aunt Angie Styles, winner of the Let's Sing 2K22 karaoke event. What's going on, Queen? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Just the person I definitely wanted to talk to. So, Auntie, if you want to come up, I'll drop the link. Anybody that wants to come up, just let me know. That's the link right there for the StreamYard. Feel free to come up and definitely give you a take on this. But yeah, we definitely going to keep it going. Appreciate you coming through. Welcome, welcome. And big shout out to everybody else coming through, showing love. Welcome as well. All right, so, but yeah, I mean, pretty much in a nutshell, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like fashion back then was just more innovative. It was more creative. You know, you had so many different styles and brands to choose from that were really, really dope. I'm going to dive into more of them as, you know, we progress throughout this session. But yeah, overall, I loved old school fashion. You know, even like way back in the day, like before I was born, you know, like some of the eras that I wasn't around in, because I was born in the 80s, for those who don't know, 84, baby. But, you know, even like the 60s and 70s, you know, like some of those styles and brands, they were cool. You know, I probably wouldn't necessarily wear them per se. You know, like you wouldn't see me wearing none of those like pleather pants, and, you know, definitely not none of the stuff that, you know, Prince used to wear. Rest in peace. Like, I'm not wearing no tight pants with the butt cut out. Hell no. Hell to the no. No. I mean, like I said, that works for him, you know, because that's Prince. That's the man. But no, you will never see me wearing none of that stuff. But see, even though it's old school, it's different. Now, you know, you see a lot of people that are trying to duplicate what's already been done. And that's another issue I have with today's fashion. It's just like, no, it's just, don't try to replicate what's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be different with it. But definitely continue to keep bringing different stuff to the table. You know, you just see now we just live in such a duplicated world where everybody is just trying to mimic what everyone's already done. It was already great. Why are you trying to bring that back and try to stylize it like it's something brand spanking new when it's not? And it makes me lose respect for it, you know? And even when certain people try to rock stuff a certain way and try to act like they're the ish, it's just like, no. I'm sorry. Let me say this right now. I'm just going to be straight up. No, nobody that is like, you know, heavy set, like really, really like big, you know, overweight and stuff like that. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but no one of that caliber should be wearing skinny jeans. I'm sorry. I see way too many like guys and stuff that are wearing like those skinny female jeans and stuff like that, can barely fit into them. Like, no. Get some comfortable jeans. Get something that fits. Why are you trying to rock that stuff knowing it barely fits you? You can barely get into it. Like, it's easy to get out of it because all you gotta do is just lay down and just, you know, just slide right off. But to try to get into that, and then the fact that it sags and everything is just showing, and it's just like, and then they could barely walk. I don't like that style. I don't even know where that came from. I really hope that people do away with that. I see a lot of it, especially like, because I do valet parking down here. So I get to see a lot of the stuff that people are wearing. And that style right there, whoever thought that was the new wave or the trend, they need to just like load up the shotgun or something, because that is just terrible. I get you, B.D.B. I always wanted one of those 50s ladies wear shorts with the front long and the yeah, exactly. Like that's what I'm saying. You know, just innovative stuff that definitely has style and it looks good, and you definitely get compliments for it. I can't stand when people just throw anything on and just say that it's a fashion trend, and knowing people are going to judge, knowing people are going to say something about it. Like that just drives me insane. And most importantly, one thing I definitely cannot stand, and this is my biggest pet peeve, I hate when people don't color coordinate properly. I hate when I see people go outside with a lime green shirt and some hot pink pants and then try to say that's fashion. No, no. You look like a watermelon in reverse. No, no. That's not fashion. I'm sorry. That one thing when it comes to real fashion, because people they always get on me. They're like, "Oh, Jay, we don't see you dress up a lot. We don't see you get fresh and stuff." Oh, trust and believe me, I got some stuff in my drawer and stuff. I just don't go out a lot, so that's why I don't really present it. But if I want to get fresh and really show people how it's done, I can definitely do that with no problem. But again, it's about style. It's about what's comfortable, and third, coordination, especially when it comes to the colors. Like rock it properly and make sure those colors are matching so that it pops. So then when people see you, it's like, oh, okay, I see you. Jessica, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. I never do that. I love yellow and pink or red and pink. Yeah, like I said, as long as it looks fly, Jess and everyone else, is like it has to just, it's got to just look innovative. It's got to look different. It can't just be like, what the hell? Like, so I can't go out with my lime green top, oxblood shorts, and yellow Crocs. No, AIA. Look, okay, put it like this. If it don't coordinate properly, it's got to coordinate. That is the biggest thing. That's one of the three things I say when it comes to rocking true, pure fashion. Angie, where you at? Talk to him. Please tell me. Back me up so that I'm not just talking to myself. No. And honestly, I'm already visioning how that could look right now. Lime green top, red oxblood, and no. That's, first of all, that's way too bright. It looks like a traffic light. So no. Now, hold on. Now, if it was if you had the oxblood shorts, oxblood, Crocs, and the like if it was all one color, but maybe like a slight little tint, that's cool. Or like all yellow, or if you rocked it with the green and stuff, maybe like kind of two-tone it. Yeah, like that works. But yeah, all those, that's way too many colors. That's just like, and you start to look like the Lucky Charms box. all the different color marshmallows. It's an attention getter. It is very true, AIA, very, very true. But is it the type of attention you want to get from a positive aspect, or is it the type of attention where people are looking at you like, what? Why? Like, no. Like, you know when you've done a good job rocking certain fashion and brands to where people are stopping you and they're like, whoa, okay, I see you. That's fly. I like how you got that. Okay. That type of attention where you're definitely going to get a lot of compliments coming your way. Not like, man, that's just awfully bright. Like, so I'm just saying. To me, that color scheme that you just said right there, I'm thinking about a traffic light. I'm thinking about, it's like, wait, hold on. Let me see what the order was again. So you said lime green, oxblood. Yeah, that's a traffic light out of order. So you got go, stop, and then caution. Like, no. And like I said, it's too much. It's too much. They did that when I rocked some YouTube merchandise. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying, Yoda. It's just like, you don't want that type of attention. Hold on. Hey, there she is.
I'm in the car,
Okay, what's going
but
on,
I'm not
Auntie?
driving.
Okay.
Mary is driving.
What's up, Jay? What's happening,
Well,
man?
what's popping? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in,
And
my
there's
auntie.
nobody but we're the two fashionistas and fashionistas.
Yeah. Let me fall back for a minute. Y'all talk to them. Let them know. So let me ask y'all both. Overall fashion. Do you believe it's better today or from back in the day?
It's still the same thing because in 1960 they wore the straight leg pants and shoes and tennis shoes. So fashion is nothing but a revolving door. It revolves over and over and over and over and over. You look at 1950, 1960, where they had the Apple hat on. They wear that today. You look at the brim hat that they had on. It just keeps going and going and going. Fashion is what you make it.
Yeah, what's old comes right back. And I think every era they bring something back from a previous era. So what's old is new, what's new is old. I like the bell bottom jeans. That's what I was into. The hot pants and all that. That was my era. And I see all that came right back too. So I love the leather pants. I grew up when Prince was out. I used to wear my hair like Apollonia and all that. So I was into that whole look, that whole style, Madonna. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was into Madonna big time. Okay, so
they can't tell me nothing anyway.
They can't tell us anything.
Yeah, because you know what, my voice is deep like Barry White, and everybody think I'm out of the cage.
Which has nothing to do with fashion.
Well, I'm just putting it out there,
That really
If
doesn't,
you could,
but
you could.
But yeah,
I was going to New York at age 11 buying clothes for a clothing store.
Okay.
So we kick it and get it.
And I used to model, so I don't know if people know that about me. You probably don't know that, but I was a bus model for a while, doing runway, and that was great. So I did that. That was in the late '90s, early 2000s, and I was doing that. And I modeled some clothing for Ashley Stewart, and that was when the not acid wash, but that real like stone wash jeans were out, and
Yeah.
they had the bell bottom legs to them with a fur trim on them. I was into that. So I
Okay.
like anything with fur on it or leather trim, anything like that. And you can combine old and new together and still rock it.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, every time I used to like hang around you and look in your closet and stuff, I would be amazed because you had so many different variations and stuff, and so many different styles and stuff. And I would just sit there and like, honestly, it kind of upped my fashion game a little bit. I'm like, hey, like, look at the colors and
The glare.
the coordination. Yeah, I see it. It's all good. But like just the style and so many different unique brands, it always captivated me. So whenever I would go to shop and stuff like that, I would always think about like you and others who just had that style and that innovative vibe, that was like that. Okay, I can put this on, and I know it's definitely going to catch people's attention. People are going to be like, okay, oh, check that out, or that's dope, or that's ill. So that's why I say like I pay homage to the old school, and not just like I was saying earlier. I don't like that. People are bringing stuff back and just not rocking it like how we did back then. It doesn't
Right.
look like people are trying to sag. They're trying to sag leather pants. You can't sag leather pants. Like,
You cannot.
yeah,
But they try it.
they try it, but they fail at it. Like, I mean, I saw one guy recently when I valeted. He had the really, really tight leather pants. I mean, it was so bad. Like, if he were to pass gas, a bubble would have popped out, and it would have just stayed there. So it's like,
Okay. I like the style of Lenny Kravitz. I like his style.
who?
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny's dope. I like it.
He has his own unique style, just like Prince had his own style. And I don't know, I just like certain artists that just don't bend to whatever is hot. You create your own unique style by putting different pieces together, and you don't follow the crowd. You just do your own thing. That's what I'm about.
AIA said they will even sag Speedos. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
What? I can't
no.
see the comment.
Yeah. She said she did say she followed up. She was like, you were Apollonia. She's like, I was Janet Jackson.
Who's saying that?
At It Again Media was saying that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's right. Apollonia, Vanity. That was my era. Nasty Girl when that came out.
Yeah.
I was in the club. I was in the club getting it. Okay, so we used to wear cutoff shorts with the headband. Okay. Remember when Latoya Jackson used to rock the headband?
Mm-hmm.
That was me with the big hair. I'm still with the big hair, but yeah, that whole look. I love that look. I love that style, that era. That was when life was just cool, and everybody just kind of just was free flowing, and style was all about the personality. Sorry, we're navigating and driving.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, absolutely. Like there was no criticism back then. Like you could wear certain stuff, and it was so fly that you weren't being judged for what you had on, and nobody was looking at you differently. Like,
things were free. Like remember, Chris had the cutout pants with his butt cheeks hanging out.
I was just talking about that too. Like, people are trying to. You guys are just waiting a little bit. People are trying to bring that back, but it's just not. It's not working. Like again, you can't duplicate what's great. Like I said earlier, I don't like that. Like Prince, he could get away with it because, like I said, he was just
get away with it. Nobody else could. Yeah, nobody else could do that but him.
No, like you won't catch me wearing cut out pants with my butt out and stuff. As hairy as my ass is, no. So it's just like it's not. It don't work for everybody, So people can get away with doing those type of things and stuff. She said, "I got her in song mode now. She's up there singing, Let's Get Physical." Yeah, everybody that's coming through, welcome in. The topic of conversation is when it comes to the overall world of fashion, are you a fan of fashion today or from back in the day? Second question is, and I'm going to get ready to pose this to you, Auntie and Marian, the Mount Rushmore. Which clothing brands from popular fashion designers would you put into your Mount Rushmore, as well as an honorable mention? The second part of that Mount Rushmore is, which fashion brands from people outside of fashion designing, like celebrities that do music, movies, sports, which brands from them would you put into your Mount Rushmore as well as an honorable mention? So you want to start with the first one, Auntie? With the fashion?
What was the first
I would put my own in there, Jalen.
Okay.
I wouldn't put nobody. I brand myself. I don't walk around with nobody's name on my ass but mine.
Okay.
You know? But that's the answer. But you know what? Back in the day, I would say you look at if you're saying jeans. I worked in a clothing store. I would say Bill Blass, Calvin Klein, Jordache, Sergio Valente, Sassoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They were the designers, and then came AJ. Teddy Pendergrass made a jean, and Gloria Vanderbilt made a jean. Okay.
I had all their jeans.
if you're looking at suits, all my suits was custom made, but the biggest back then was you look at Joseph Abboud, you look at Calvin Klein. Joseph Abboud made pretty good suits. Joseph Abboud been around. You look at Tommy Hilfiger. I don't like Ralph Lauren, but he makes some good around. But back in the day, you had Playboy underwear. You had BVD. BVD was a nylon underwear that everybody wore in the 80s and the 90s. BVD was one of the biggest brands across America. Run DMC wore it. LL Cool J wore it.
Yeah.
So BVD underwear. Do you remember BVD? The BVD underwear?
I haven't seen it in a long time.
And then you look at when we was athletes and coming up, bike shorts was the short. When athletes wore bike shorts. And then you look at OP, Ocean Pacific. So I sold them all. So that's giving you a little bit of history and how old I am.
Okay.
Back
That
to
was
you, Angela.
yeah, you definitely took us down memory lane with that. Those are definitely some good brands right there. That's definitely like a history lesson for everybody. All right, Auntie, what about you?
I
With
think my
the
Mount
Mount Rushmore.
Rushmore, might be Calvin, Norma Kamali,
Oh, go
Donna,
ahead, girl.
Donna Karen.
Gloria Vanderbilt.
I'm not so much Gloria.
You like
I'm
Gloria?
trying to think who else now I used to rock.
Nicole Miller.
Nicole Miller.
Oh, she's best.
I'm trying to think of a black designer. It had
Uh,
to be a black designer at the time that I was into.
let me see.
What about FUBU and stuff?
I was gonna say
FUBU.
FUBU, definitely. Was by us. That was good.
Oh yeah.
LL was that big. And
I got one for you, Jalen.
What's up?
When they came out, it was the Nike sweatsuit, the Puma sweatsuit, and
Nike,
the Todd One sweatsuit. See, that's
Ooh,
before your time.
yeah, definitely
Todd
is.
One.
Wow.
who are you for, David?
So mine's with fashion designers. I love FUBU.
Candy.
I love Mark Echo.
Mark Echo. Oh yeah.
Love Mark Echo. I've been a day one fan. Even after watching his documentary and learning how he did, like how he came up with the whole idea for the rhino and stuff like that. Very, very dope. I know he just said he's not a fan of it, but I do like Ralph Lauren. I love chaps. I love polo. I wear a lot of it.
Believe me, he wears Ralph
No,
Lauren right
no, I
now.
don't. No, I don't.
Yes,
No, I
you
don't.
do.
Now, Jalen, I want you to put this out for your
You guys are like freezing up and stuff.
Okay, what's the sign that Polo has? What's the sign on all of his clothes?
It's the jockey, the horse.
Okay, now we as African kids that grew up in urban neighborhoods, we don't get a chance to go to a damn polo club. So we're buying into a system that don't want us. So how many African American little kids that you know that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old get invited to a goddamn polo club? None. And then I'm going to spend my hard-earned money to somebody that don't support my kind. That's ass backwards. See, we got to brand ourselves, and we gotta recognize what things stand for. So, as my children, it's generation wealth, because I will not buy something that they won't let us into.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm 10 years old. I can afford a goddamn polo club. But and it makes me mad because we spend $170 for somebody that don't want us, and we continue to do that. Do better.
You guys are freezing up a lot.
But
you wanna refresh it? Come back in? It's freezing. Just refresh it and then come back in, because yeah, it's causing you to freeze up and stuff, and it's like it's making you do that little technotronic thing. Just refresh it and come back in. Okay, so they'll probably just come right back through. Okay, but yeah, that's some good stuff right there, definitely. So for me, I definitely have to say, for as far as like the brands that I like from fashion designers, Ralph Lauren, FUBU, Iniche, which is another great one, and Mark Echo. And then my honorable mention, Miss Skeen. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. That was like a real artistic brand. You know, you see a lot of what's that group? Cameron's group. For those who don't know, he's a famous rapper from New York. His group, his hip hop group, the Diplomats. I know they wore a lot of that type of stuff, and then they found a way to infuse it with their actual brand that they did, which was called Dipset USA. But yeah, I mean, Marion, big shout out to him and they definitely make a really good point with that. You definitely want to become your own brand. Of course, whenever you're going out onto the scenes and rocking, fashion and stuff, and just trying to make fashion an overall name that speaks for itself in multiple vibes. So I definitely agree with him on that and stuff like that, especially when, you have people that do stuff and that don't show that same support back, Okay. You guys good? Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah.
I thank you, my brother. Because you know what? I take my hat off to you because you got to be a source of energy to teach this young generation how to own something. To own something. Now here's a question that I pose to everybody that I meet. How much does it, you got to hear this one. How much do you have to make on a weekly basis to be a millionaire? Because every little kid, everybody wants to be a millionaire. They even got a show, everybody wants to be a millionaire. So how much on a weekly basis do you have to make to be a millionaire? I'm posing that question to you.
Good question.
Yes, it does have something to do with fashion. Okay, now, $19,230.76. I made that at 22. Now, check this out, Jalen. If you want to be a millionaire and you don't know what it takes to be a millionaire, how do you get it? How do you reach your goal? Because every kid and everybody want to be a millionaire. So if you don't know how much you got to make, then how can you become one? And I talk all around the country. We have to have our next generation educated. We have to leave our children and our grandchildren something. It's generation after generation after generation after generation. Because if we don't do it, who will?
Very true. Very, very true.
So you're starting something that's great.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You keep on working to it. It catches on to somebody else. And then somebody else does it. And then somebody else does it. Because we don't have to work for anybody. We're innovators. And we got to take that back.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
We got to take that back. Take that back.
Yeah, I feel like we are starting to do that. It's just some is taking longer than others to be able to do that. And the
time is now. The time is now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The time is now. See, most people are procrastinators. They don't read. They don't go to the Library of Congress. They don't read a proposal. It's right there in front of their face. It says, if you have 5 acres of land, you can get a tax credit from the Department of Agriculture. They have all kinds of social programs that you can get, but they don't read. No, I had to interject.
I'm telling him the subject is fashion.
It has a whole lot to do with fashion.
Keep going on.
Hey, I'm driving and listening, I'm listening to my nephew.
I agree with him though, but yeah, we are trying to
You know what? Hey, Taylor.
And I saw where Added Again Media said she makes her own clothes.
We got to support her.
Yeah.
I saw that in the chat. That's awesome. That's what it's about. Keep doing that. If that's what you're doing, keep doing it. Get your name out there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go back and just reread some of these comments. I did post them up, but I'm gonna reread them again. So, AIA said, "Can you see the butts nowadays?" Which
can you see what?
She said, "Can you see the butts nowadays with chaps? Or anybody that wears?" I mean,
woo! I don't want to even get that visual.
I don't either. So said no chats for you. I like Ralph Lauren. I do. I don't wear it as much as I used to. But
I like Ralph Lauren too.
yeah,
You
I like it.
wear-
So Dee said I think the 70s, early 80s was the best style and flair. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Jalen, what size you wear?
Your thing is
What
breaking
size
up.
do you wear, Jaden?
What size? Oh,
Yeah, what
XL.
size do you wear?
XL.
I got some Ralph Lauren stuff that I send you.
Okay.
I have any more. I'll send you some Ralph Lauren stuff, and then I'm gonna send you some of myself.
Say some Ralph Lauren clothes.
Because I don't wear them no more.
Okay.
I probably got more clothes than you ever see.
Can you hear us, Jay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I heard it's just breaking up like a
I
lot
probably-
of stuff. I know
Yeah.
probably on the road.
Okay.
So Angie, Deeds did say Carl Kanai as far as like another brand of a black person that does fashion design, and I completely forgot about him. Carl Kanai.
Yeah. I forgot about that too.
Carl Kanai, absolutely. Carl Kanai was big back then. They had some
AIA
really
said-
good designers as far as.
Oh yeah, there's a few. It's just that they're so behind the scenes. Like their stuff. You just don't see a lot of them because they kind of like came and went. They're not as big on the scene as they were and stuff. And that's kind of disappointing because they had great stuff. As much as people wanted to clown Fubu was great. Like I said, it spoke in so many volumes and on such a high level. And as much as people wanted to criticize it, you always saw somebody going around rocking it and wearing it. And it was for the people. Just the slogan says it all, And I like it because even though they were black designers, it had such a unique ad lib that anybody could wear it for us, by us. Again, it still pertained to black people, but they could get away with other ethnicities rocking it and still feeling important and reaching such a high mass. So that was really, really dope. So I love that. So AIA said, I can't name no designer because I don't buy any of them. If I had any of that, it was a gift. Okay. Everybody's they're all what you said, Marianne. They said, say it loud. Black and I'm proud.
There you go. There you go. Ring the bell, baby.
And it's really hard for a lot of black designers to get on.
Yeah. She said,
black
AI said
designers to make it, like even Kanye, when Kanye started his own clothing line, even though he is super wealthy, he had a hard time getting into that fashion industry because I hate to say it, but it is a lot of racial barriers.
Oh, okay. As much as Angie, you wanna try to turn the camera off? I don't know if that. She said, as much as I love to see, it might be better. I don't know if that would make a difference because they're driving, Megan. So like it's kind of getting messed up and whatnot. So it's their signal where they are. Yeah, we can hear you. Megan was saying. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make a difference if you switch it to just the off camera because the signal is like bouncing and stuff. But hold on, let me just keep going through what everybody's saying because they're saying some really good stuff here. So yeah, I saw that where she said I can't name any designers because I don't buy any of them. If I had any of that, it was a gift. Okay, I did read that. She said I'm black. I make my own fashion. Very, very true. I love that statement. That's
all right, man.
That's bold. That's Adidas Media. Big shout out to her. So she said also, I feel the same about what your uncle said. Tommy Hilfiger, Jordan, and everyone else who created merch that was not geared to the Black Americans simply won't buy it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't buy it no more. See, we spend the most money and have the less amount of saying. So if we stop spending our money, then we make a powerful move and they don't make the money.
Yeah.
We invest our dollars in their culture. Why should we? Stop it.
Absolutely.
Stop it.
But they capitalize. Well, yeah, they
I see it, babe.
They capitalize on our culture, our style, and they put that out there and make money off of our culture. So we should be doing that for ourselves.
Want to be us, but don't want to support us.
There you go. Come on with it.
Exactly.
Come on with it.
And they take everything, every style that we put out there. All of our culture is so rich and so colorful, and they know it's going to sell.
You want to hear something?
They capitalize on
Here's one, Jalen.
the black and brown culture, and they take good advantage of it.
Anytime a Chinese person make hugmos and chitlins, there's a problem. There's a problem. Okay, that come from our culture.
Oh my
If
God.
they make hugmos and chitlins and collard greens, that's from the South, and they have massive. I wish I would first of all stand in line for a Chinese person cooking hugmos and chitlins and collard greens. Come on now. Come on.
Off subject again.
No,
Okay.
I mean, I could be off subject. I should have got up on, went down.
All right, so that's our 2 cents.
Let me
You sending me a link? You sending me another link?
Oh yeah, I'm just sending that to other people so they can check out the stream and stuff. So AIA said I won't buy anything else because I am not making them richer while I can't pay my bill. Very, very true.
There you go. Come on,
Hello. Yes, exactly.
She also said, what happened to our black designers? They're still around AIA, but it's just that, they probably started diving into other ventures. But what's really good about their brands is that it's still around. Like you can still go on like Amazon or some of these other sites and still buy some of that same stuff that was very popular back in the day. So that's what I love about it, like FUBU.
But the fashion industry has pushed them out too, because the fashion industry, even like I said, Kanye he faced that racism thing when he got into it. You know, it's tough for black designers. They have to find their own niche, their own market, and work within that market. So, and we have to be more supportive of our black designers as well.
Absolutely.
We'll put Michael Kors on before we put a black designer on our butt.
That's sad.
Okay.
And he had already told.
And I think it was Michael Kors or Tom Hilfiger that said, "I really don't make my clothes for black people."
And we still buy it. And we still buy it. Now that's a social problem.
That's a social problem, yeah.
Somebody gonna tell you that they don't make their clothes for you, and you still gonna buy it. Now you got a problem.
And we could probably shut them down if we just stop buying their stuff. If we're the largest consumers, so we can speak volumes in their pocket by not purchasing their stuff.
Take them to church.
Okay.
Come on now.
All right, amen on that.
What the congregation sang.
Let the whole church say amen.
And Pastor around. We take it all. Cash, credit, debit, food stamps, family first, WIC, the whole 9 yards. We take it all.
That's where our voice is the loudest, at the cash register.
That too.
Say it again, sister. Say it again.
That too. But so AIA, she also said, I found that Yeezys are very young people stuff. I gain respect with my students for sporting some Yeezys. Like I was saying, I was talking about Kanye stuff earlier. I'm not a fan of some of the stuff he just throws out there and calls it fashion. But, just speaking.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he's doing it.
Yeah. Now, from that aspect, yes, I will give him that. And I was also I was ready to dive into like some artists and people that I know that aren't actual fashion designers and have actually transcended into the fashion world and have actually gained a lot of success from it. So this kind of leads towards my next question with the whole Mount Rushmore, as far as people outside of actual fashion designers who have dabbled into the world of fashion. So I'm gonna name some of my Mount Rushmore as well as my honorable mention. So you got Rich Young by Fabulous, for those who don't know, famous rapper from New York, Brooklyn. You got Wu Wear from the Wu-Tang Clan. Love.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have Cameron. He has Dipset USA, which is still trending to this day. amazing. For those who don't know, Cameron is another famous rapper from New York. Jay-Z with Rockaware, very, very dope.
Mm-hmm.
And my last one, my honorable mention is T.I.'s brand. For those who don't know T.I., popular rapper from the South, Atlanta. He started a line called a coup, which means a king of oneself.
I like that.
Yeah, very, very dope. It
I
kind
should
of looks
check
like
out his line. Yeah.
yeah, it sounds like he's saying the chew because people were making fun of it. But if you look at his brands and stuff, very, very dope. And I mean, this stuff is expensive, but people are still buying it. You just don't hear about it a lot because it's what's called like BKS, best kept secrets. But it's still out there and it's doing really well. And they're actually talking about bringing some of this stuff back.
That's
Like I
great.
know they're talking about bringing Woolwear back since they've been starting to do more and more tours and shows. So they're going to be revamping a lot of these brands. So that's to answer your question, AIA. There's still Black fashion designers around. It's just that they're more behind the
Yeah.
scenes now. And like, yeah, you have some of these other big name brands that are trying to get them out the door and don't really believe in it and don't fully support it. So ultimately, that's where you got to come and support yourself. But you know, we can get more and more Black designers out there and do the same exact thing as Michael Kors and Hilfiger and Calvin Klein and all these other guys. But again, it starts with that unification. And again, I don't want to necessarily make it a racial thing or make it about ethnicity, but that can be just for anybody. Just bring back real fashion. Like I said, fashion brings to music and everything else of the art. You know, we had so much originality back then. You know, everyone had their own lane and no one tried to merge in that. Now it's just like everybody's merging into one lane and causing all these damn traffic jams. It's just all over the place. Versus back then, you had your lane, you stayed in it. And like I said, in my most recent interview with Point Blank Travels, big shout out to him. You know, the reason why you don't see more of these type of designers and stuff, like especially with Black designers, is because people don't have the necessary job because they're still in park. If that makes sense, people have the drive, but they're still in park. If you really want to drive, you're going to put it in D. You're going to go forward. If you really want to start, get it out there. It's not hard to do, and gain the support that you can so that you can push forward with it. So it's possible. It's not difficult. If they can do it, so can you. But it starts with having that drive. But if you're still in park, you're not going nowhere, right or wrong. So just a little gem I had to drop for everybody.
And you have to, get some investors, involved that can invest in your line and just keep pushing it,
Yeah, absolutely. Dee said, I enjoy making our own products. It's not only is it gratifying, but if we do it right and can promote generational wealth. Exactly.
And that's what people of color don't have generational wealth, and that's what we need to be working on building.
Absolutely.
Have our own. It's like forest fires. We need to get that back into the process. Forest fires is what it's really all about.
Honestly, it starts with just two things, getting out there and supporting more of these brands that are out there and that are like best kept secrets. And most importantly, this actually goes before what I just first said, learning from them and how they did it and what helped them to finesse and get it out there. And generally,
that navigation. Because I got to go down this special route. Get the navigation on that.
AIA said, my sister's a Michael Kors fan head. I asked, how has he helped you? Talk to him. Hey, I feel you.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah, we definitely out here all day, every day. He said, I found your niche. Solicit your specialty promoting our Black merch sponsors. I do. I absolutely do. I mean, there's so many, but like I said, it starts with having that drive. You got to get yourself out of park first. If you wanted to prevail and to really go far and elevate, you got to get it out there for everyone to see, and market it in a way that people are going to respect you for what you do and enjoy it. And they're going to go and support that, so it starts with those little things that make bigger impacts, so fashion can go back to what it originally was and how it transcended and became so popular. But again, like it starts with having that support. The same way you're supporting all these other brands, go and support those brands that are just as good as these higher brands, if not better. So that's all it is. Very, very simple. So it's not a hit up Fubu. hey, hit them up. Hit up Fubu. Hit up Carl Kanai. Some of those brands I just named in my Mount Rushmore. Like T.I. and Fabulous and all them. Hit that stuff up. Go and check out some of that stuff. It's really, really good. I mean, I know there's more that I'm missing and stuff. There's actually one guy, you guys might know him, Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics. He actually just started a clothing line, and it's called Juice. I forgot what the acronym stands for, but he has it in mom and pop shops, all around Boston and like his hometown and other areas and stuff. It's actually starting to expand out. So that's what I said. There's still people out there. It's just that they're best kept secrets, but they're getting it out there. And I've looked at some of his stuff, and it's really, really good. What is the debate regarding fashion? Okay, so for everybody coming in, welcome. Again, the topic of conversation is, when it comes to the overall world of fashion, are you a fan of it today or back in the day? Which one is better? From when way back in your time, or today's fashion overall? And then, the whole Mount Rushmore thing. Like, what 4 brands would you put into your Mount Rushmore from actual fashion designers, as well as an honorable mention? And then the second Mount Rushmore is, which brands from people that just started to get into fashion, that, are professionals in music and movies and sports, which ones would you put into your Mount Rushmore? So there's still a lot we haven't mentioned. Jordan, he's one of the Jordan brand, one of the biggest ones. Russell Westbrook. What's that? Russell
Westbrook.
Yeah, his is called Honor the
Line. Yeah.
I love the title. I'm not too crazy about the actual clothes, because he be
wearing a little, not so great, but he's doing it.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to support him because he's doing it.
He's definitely doing it. Dwayne started a line recently, not too long ago. Him and Gabrielle Union, they partnered up on something. LeBron has a line as well.
LeBron, yeah, that's my man, LeBron.
Yeah, and I just found out that Venus and Serena both have a line. They have
That's correct.
That's right.
Their line been on a long time.
Yeah, and I like the name of Serena's. It's called 11. No, I'm sorry, that's Venus's. Because she has like the real big V to represent, the first letter of her name, but it's called 11. And I think the 11 represents how many like championships she has or something like that. So that's what I mean. Very, very dope and innovative. I love that.
Exactly.
That
incorporating her, yeah.
Yeah. So just all in all, like I said, everyone, it stems back to just having the creativity, just having an innovative mindset to put stuff out there that's just going to be so unique that it stands out. And when people see it, they have no choice but to just respect it and rock it. So that's ultimately what it's all about. So it's not hard to get into the fashion game, but you just have to have that creative mindset to do something that has already been done and that's going to stand out from the rest and speak on so many volumes. Like I said, Kanye, I praise him for, doing the whole Yeezy thing. He just needs to get rid of some of that stuff and change it up.
Oh, you lying. Jesus Christ.
The man got like bullet holes in his shoes.
And he had those moon boots on that concert with Drake. I'm like, what is that? With your feet.
Like, where are you going? Honestly.
Maybe he is going to the moon. I don't know. Kanye's on another level.
He is, but it's like, is he going to more than just the moon or other planets? Is he planet hopping with those boots on? Because he's going from Mercury to Venus, back to Earth, then from Earth to Mars to Jupiter. Then he's making all the way to what's that one planet that they don't talk about? Planet X. He's going to be there. It's just. And here's the thing too. It would be great to see more people get into the fashion game.
Yeah, baby.
Not everyone is meant for it. I love Kanye, but he obviously it's clear to say he's not meant for the fashion world, because that stuff that's not fashion. Did you guys see? I was just talking about it earlier. Did you see what Summer Walker wore at the BET Awards? if you
What was
get
it?
it, she had like this outfit. It wasn't even really an outfit. She had like this see-through like gold skirt with a bunch of beads. She had on some heels. She had no shirt on.
Uh-huh.
She had like the little clamps covering the nipples on her breast, and this big giant
Oh, wow.
like medallion and stuff. She went to the actual awards wearing that. I'm like, it's not fashion. First of all, what is that? Like, unless that's
That's I'm gonna get attention. I want everybody talking about me.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like people are just doing that stuff, putting on anything just to get all eyes on them and get attention, but it's not the right attention. Like to me, that are you going to an award ceremony or a strip club? That's exactly what it looked like. I mean, what's the name of the brand? BS birthday suit? Because she might as well be. I'm just saying.
That was good.
And she got criticized badly for it. Like she's thinking it's a fashion sense. It's like no, it doesn't work. You know, and
But it works for her in the aspect of people are talking.
yeah.
My name is in their mouth, and that's what I wanted.
And yeah, and it's working. They're definitely getting it for that, but it's just I just don't respect it because that's nothing creative. Like I was saying earlier, how you see people like that come up with different brands and stuff based out of like earthly materials or stuff that you would have never seen them turn into fashion. Like I was saying, I went to a museum back when I went to art school, and I saw one of the mannequins. They had it dressed up in like caution tape, but they turned the caution tape into like an actual dress and a suit. Like that's different. Those type of things I can respect.
Yeah.
But if like walking out with I don't know if you ever seen that photo from way back. Marcus Houston, he was the singer. He was part of that group Immature. He came out. He kind of with an all plastic outfit on. It was see through and stuff. And you can see his boxes and everything. That's not fashion. For others, that might look creative. It might look innovative. I mean, yeah, the thought is different, but that's not a fashion statement. If you could really rock a nice fly 3-piece suit that, whether it's a different color, but it coordinates properly, to me, that's fashion.
I mean, what's that rapper Tyler, the creator?
Yeah.
Like his fashion? What about his fashion?
His stuff is okay. I mean, it just it looks very high schoolish, but it's okay. Like it's not,
What about Jaden Smith?
He's got a brand?
No, just his fashion style. Just the way he dresses is like with the skirts, the kilt skirts, and
I can't. I don't even care about his clothes. I can't even get over his hair. It looks like one of those was off a Fragile Rock.
Jaden knows how to rip somebody.
What is that?
What is that?
We need a clothing line for when we see this type of stuff. We need to start a brand that says what, but with two T's. What?
Like what?
Yeah, like double look. Like what? What is that? You really came out of the house with that? You really are wearing that? You really think what?
Where's these? Where is that clothes?
Yeah, dude. What is that shit ass fashion? Let me show you how it's done.
Let me tell you how it's done.
Exactly.
This one?
All plastic, 2 for $5 and Family Dollar.
Never mind.
Right? It's just, I can't get with it.
That's it.
I mean, like I said, I know there's more brands. There's other people out there that are doing it. I forgot to mention Nelly with apple bottoms. That's another brand.
Yeah.
It's strictly for the ladies and stuff, but it's very dope though.
What is it?
Nelly apple bottoms.
Oh yeah.
Plus Cookie Johnson.
Yeah, we kind of fell into it like as a best kept secret. But it was still a dope brand, and it was like, speaking on many volumes, especially like, it was representing women and stuff. And, ladies are all about their fashion. So that works perfectly. So those type of brands are very, very innovative and stuff. One thing I would definitely like to see, especially that since you see a lot of like guys and girls kind of rocking each other's stuff, they should start making more unisex brands.
Mhm.
Um,
I mean, everything else is transgendered and LGBT. Everything is blending anyway.
pretty
They're
much.
gonna
So,
blend.
like,
They're gonna blend the sexes together.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like they should make stuff like make those skirts for guys to wear and stuff like that. But like what you have with eye candy, how you
Yeah.
advertise that as a unisex brand. That's something that people should start getting more creative about and doing something along the lines of that, because like that is something that any and everybody can wear. Hell, even animals. Animals want to feel like eye candy. As much as people be saying, "Oh, my dog and my cat are so cute," put an eye candy shirt on them. But
Okay, now you just gave me another idea. All right, eye candy for your pets, babe.
look, I don't got this creative mind for nothing, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we should start doing more of that stuff that can reach on a universal aspect. Not it doesn't have to necessarily just pertain to one particular gender or ethnicity.
Yeah,
Let it become universal so everybody can
Urban Avenue. They got me going. Urban Avenue, Chitays, Moravia.
put eye candy on the tree, or your favorite plant or something like that. Like, let's see.
There you go.
He said, "What is ish ass fashion? I'm putting that on the tee." Hey, yeah. So I mean, that's really what it's all about. So I feel like old school fashion pretty much is the obvious winner in this case. More people lean towards that, which, just like I said, it just makes more sense. I mean, again, I just want to see people just get back to being creative again, and rather than just continue to keep duplicating and whatnot. You muted your line. I don't know if you can hear me. Your line's muted. Your line.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Again, we can definitely have more designers get out there, especially for like the black people and stuff, and just that whole culture and stuff. But people just got to get more creative, innovative, and just get that true support rather than bash that person. Go out there and wear some of that stuff, and and show how stylish and creative it is. It starts with that, and then like I said, more people just got to stop copycatting. It's too much of that. Stop trying to bring back stuff that was already done, and we just made it look good. Think outside.
Right.
Get more creative and elemental with some of these brands and stuff like that. Like this brand by Jaylen Brown, Juice. I want to go find out what the acronym means. I'm pretty sure it's something really, really dope. But I looked at his stuff and it's really good. Like it's very, very fly and stylish. And he has like stuff for everybody. He has stuff for like, the older audiences, the younger. So, people, if we're going to start getting all into these, this true trend of fashion, make something innovative and universal.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Just to bring everybody together. Everybody can rock it.
Exactly. Let's reinvent our own for us, by us, or for us, from us, or for the world, something like that. Something along those lines. That's all it is. So, again, it's time to get more creative. With just everything that we're doing. Especially with fashion, because like I'm not going outside wearing no Kanye Charlie Brown boots up to my damn knees. Stuff like that. That's not happening and stuff. Even like some of the stuff I see, like
I know, baby, I'm trying to miss the potholes.
Like those international fashion weeks and stuff. Some of the stuff that they have out there, that's not clothing. I saw something recently on a documentary. Like they had these really they look like jet skis, but they were like jet ski with heels on them. And the people were trying to walk down the runways during Fashion Week. The one girl, she almost fell off the damn stage. Like you can barely walk, and you're calling this fashion?
Whatever's different and out of the norm. They're trying to do anything that is like, oh wow, I've never seen that before. Something crazy. People will jump on it too.
They will, and it's sad that people are just jumping on it just because that's the thing that's trending. Like, if it's not even comfortable, why are you even going to try to sport it or wear it as a fashion statement? Like, wear some stuff that is comfortable for you. It's not like, oh, they just have one size fit all. No, they have different sizes for everyone, whether it's comfortable, whether it's fitted, whether it's plus size. They have something for everybody. So that's what more people need to do. really going to get into this trend of fashion and stuff, like I said, have stuff that is universal, have stuff that is comfortable, stuff that is innovative and creative, and most importantly, you cannot go outside looking like a multicolored highlighter or look like one of those crayons that's like 2 different colors on either ends. Like that's not gonna work. Like no, have something very, very innovative, and that definitely coordinates properly with the right colors and stuff. That's my suggestion to anybody that's out there trying to make that type of stuff happen. Oh, your thing froze, Andrew. I don't know if you can still hear me or not. Let me just try to remove that. Okay. Are you back? Okay. So
I'm back.
Okay, so that's pretty much all I had to say in regards to this whole fasting thing. So anything you guys want to add before we wrap up?
Can you hear?
Yeah, I was getting ready to wrap it up soon. So was there anything else you guys want to say before we end this?
Be yourself when it comes to style. Do what makes you feel good about you. Stay unique. Stay true to your own unique self. Make your own mark. Make your own mark. Set your own style. That's all I have to say.
It's a pretty good program.
Don't follow anybody's trends. Just do you, and do you in the most beautiful way you can do you. And there you go.
Like the saying goes, don't follow the trend, be the trend.
Be the trend, right?
Yeah. Marion, anything you want to add?
I set the pace, brother. I set the pace. I'm a pace setter. I'm a trend setter. I'm a pace setter. I don't follow nobody but me.
That's right.
Hey, I feel that. I definitely feel that. So I do appreciate you guys coming up. Again, big shout out to everybody. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. Like I said, I got more episodes.
This is crazy.
Thanks for having me on, nephew. It's been real.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Since we're on the topic of fashion, go ahead and advertise eye candy, and Marion, do the same thing with your brand. Let's start now.
Let's start now. I'll start it off.
Okay.
I've been in the fashion since I was 9 years old. I have a signature link called Nolan Link. Mm-hmm. We do urban and all across the world clothing. We have a new line that just came out off our Nolan Link line called Dad Promise and Mom Promise, and it represents stroke victims and breast cancer. So we're starting a new line next week for autism. We have a bunch of autism and stroke doctors. We're designing a stroke shoe. We're designing a tennis shoe with Nolan Link that has my signature on it. We have signature hats with your name on it. So we got a whole lot of things up and coming. We're doing good work, and we get ready to kick Ralph Lauren's butt.
And we're also incorporating the eye candy T-shirts into that line as well, which is also going to be supporting the stroke awareness, breast cancer awareness, and also autism. So look for that. We'll
I missed my turn.
Put those links out there so people can check it out.
Oh, that's what's up. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We decided to collaborate, and do it together.
We got some stuff coming. Mm-hmm. We go global in 2 weeks, and we done already sold off the Dad Promise and Mom Promise wardrobe line 100 pieces. I got 50 marketing reps from East Coast to West Coast, so we ready to make some noise.
Okay.
So we didn't have an opportunity 2 years ago before COVID hit. They're going Macy's, but Macy's don't want to pay my price. So if they don't want to pay my price, then we're gonna keep on like Master P until they pay me what we deserve.
There you go.
We don't work for free because I'm expensive.
Master P is like kind of setting the standard of not following the leader.
Be the leader.
Be the leader.
Pretty much. That's always been my mentality, We were taught to be, not follow. And those that follow, we have to put them in a position to now learn to lead, so that they can go those same people to do the exact same thing. It's all about teaching followers to now lead. So
exactly.
It starts with, having that drive and getting yourself out of park. So as long as you have that mentality, like, sky's the limit, with anything, even when it comes to, doing creative and innovative fashion. So yeah.
Getting the younger generation, each generation, so you can create that generational wealth by teaching the younger ones how to do their own thing and not keep putting Michael Kors and Calvin on their butts.
Yeah, because they got money for the rest of their lives. It's time for us to get that same type of money like them, so we can show them, hey, we can do this just as good, if not better. So,
absolutely.
That's
thank you, nephew. That's our 2 cents.
Absolutely. So yes, go and check out both of those brands by my aunt and her boyfriend. Everyone else that's got merch or got brands out there, definitely go out there, support those, support the Deedsville merch shop, and all the brands that he has coming out. Support the merch that I have on my end too.
Shout out to Deeds.
Yeah, if you guys want to merch TDT, feel free to grab one, all colors, all sizes. Like I said, we out here and this is what we're doing. So, putting the world on notice and stuff. And like I said, anyone else that's trying to get into this fashion world, just be creative and innovative. Please don't start putting assless chaps back out there and stuff. Prince already had that. And for the love of God, don't try to put it in reverse either. Like, okay, so he did the assless chaps. Why don't we put the crotchless chaps in the front? No. We don't need to see all of that. Save that for the bedroom, okay? No, none of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if I start seeing guys walking around and stuff like that with I don't even know what to call it, like groinless chaps, I'm out of here.
You are hilarious.
I'm just keeping it real, keeping it the buckets and change. That's it. But all
right, fam.
Buckets and change. I learned something from Jay tonight. Buckets and change. My son, my youngest son, that's I got a 34, a 32, a 27, a 20. If I say buckets and change, you say, Dad, you on fire. I'm gone, man.
All right,
y'all.
Much love.
Peace out to everybody. Have a beautiful, blessed night, okay?
All right. Thank you for coming up.
All right. You're welcome. Love you.
Love you too. It's my aunt, y'all, Angie Styles, the incomparable, the world-renowned, world-famous. But yes, I appreciate everybody coming through. Looks like more people are leaning more towards the overall world of fashion when it comes to the old school, more so than the new school. Don't get me wrong. There is some stuff out there, in today's society that is dope. But for the most part, the rest of it, it's like, what? I'm just saying. So more on like a 80-20, 70-30 type of scale, you know what I'm saying? But, old school wins again. I mean, in order to be the best, you got to stand out from the rest. And, that's what the old school is a representation of. But I'm going ahead and wrap this up. I do appreciate everybody coming through. Be on the lookout for the next episode, which will be episode 16. We're going to be talking about villains of horror. Because for those who don't know, comedy is my first favorite genre. My second is horror. I love scary stuff. I know. Sounds crazy, right? But I absolutely love it. And I definitely can't wait to talk about that. For all my horror fans out there, that's going to be the next topic. And then I'm just going to go down the list of all the other ones that you guys voted for. So if you haven't got a chance already, go to my community tab, scroll down a little bit, and look for the voting poll for the next 5 upcoming episodes. And cast your votes in on which ones should have the highest vote. Right now, the horror one is the highest rated. I believe after that, it's the world of astrology. That's something we definitely gonna be talking about. Everybody's zodiacs and stuff. That's been a long debate and bidding war for a long time. Which zodiacs are really the best, or which ones are like in the top, honorable mention, the Mount Rushmore. So we definitely gonna talk about that. That right now, those two are in the lead. But that can easily change from now until the following Thursday for episode 16. But be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for future episodes to come. Again, thank you all for continuing to support this. More and more episodes are on the way, so stay tuned. As I always say, like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that notification bell. So anytime I go live, come through, kick your feet up, relax. My home is your home. You already know what it is, whether it's on my gaming channel or on the podcast. As far as this, you already know. Anybody is welcome. Pull up a chair. We topic, we debate, and we talk. That's what we do over here at TDT. And again, remember the 4 beautiful things that make this world go round: peace, love, positivity, and prosperity. The 4 P's. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Jay, Big Daddy Beer. This has been another episode of Debate Table. Love y'all. Peace. Gone.